Good morning, Year 5 and 6. I hope you enjoyed the work we were doing on Rose Blanche last week. We're going to finish the book this week. Unfortunately, I'm having to do this video before I've actually been able to read your diary entries. I wonder how many of you remembered to find all these features. Hopefully by now you will have sent your work in to your teacher and she will have had a chance to have a look at it for you. So this was the image we had, our shocked Rose. I wonder what you thought that she'd seen. Remember, it said at the end, she stumbled into the clearing and could hardly believe what she saw. And this was what she saw. This was the image that was before Rose. Have a look at it. Look at it in detail. Lots of children, strange clothing, cold, bare ground with puddles of water, shaved heads, white faces. And if you look at the detail, there's these little stars. Everybody seems to have one of these little yellow stars on, and clearly they're behind some fencing and some very ramshackle buildings behind. The text that goes with this page is a description of what Rose can see. Today, I'd like you to write your own descriptive text for the top of the page. Now, the author who wrote this book managed to do this in only 12 sentences. When you've only got 12 sentences to play with, you really do need to think very carefully about the words you're using. They need to be really descriptive. But they also need to be The author who wrote this managed to do it in only 12 sentences. The problem is with only 12 sentences, you've got to make each word count. You've got to use the best words. And it's got to be really interesting and hook your reader in. Here's my word bank. You may not want to use all the words. You may have better words. But these words would help you think about what it is you want to say. The words I've found so far are silent, sorrow, sadness, ghost-like, motionless, hungry, fear, horrified, shadows, frozen, huddled, winter, eyes, barbed wire, sun, frail, chilly wind, moan and bodies. You might have thought of other words when you were looking at this. Have a look in detail. What do you think is happening here? How do you think Rose feels looking at this? You could say, pale children huddled together behind the wire. That would be one good sentence. You could say that they looked terrified. So you could say, wide-eyed with terror, the boys and girls looked through the wire at Rose. You could think about what she can see that is different to her. So maybe she notices their clothes. Maybe she thinks that she doesn't quite understand what they're wearing. The children huddled together in their stripy clothes, each one wearing a yellow star. That would be a good sentence. I leave you to think, what could you put? You can magpie some of my ideas. You can use the bank of words. This bank's also on the blog, so you can look at all these words. Or you could come up with your own words. But you just need to describe the image. This image. They don't look happy, do they? So, This is the task: to describe this scene in 12 sentences. Use your best descriptive language. Remember, you're writing in sentences, so you must have all the punctuation you need. If you're doing description, you might find you need a few commas between descriptive elements. Just think about what you would expect to have.